The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the wonderful Wednesday, the May 19th edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Les Show. Right now we got all the indices with the exception of the semiconductors trading to the downside. Semis are up 45. The Dow's off 213. S&P 21. NASDAQ 27. Russell 27. Tranny's 56. Gold is up $13 while silver's back 25 cents. Light sweet crude is off nearly $2. Natural gas down 3 pennies. Leading the charge to the upside, you've got Shopify, $33, 3%. Booking Holdings, 28, a little over 1%. Riata Pharmaceuticals, 18 or 21%. Lam Research, 14, 2.5%. And Target, which is up 5%. Big move. That's $10. Rooney's to the upside. MicroStrategy leading the charge to the downside, $33. Down 7%. Mercado Libre, $27, a little over 2%. Lithium Motors, 25 or 7%. Chipotle's down 21. SVB Financial's off 21 as well. That's down 3.5%. Let's start by taking a look at what do we want to take a look at out here? Well, let's begin by taking a look at this chart. This is called the Stevie change in trend chart out here. What we're going to look at, we don't get a change in trend in the market until we really see key intermediate term support fail. And what we're looking at here are the 4 equity future contracts. In the upper left-hand corner, you got the NQ. Russell's in the upper right. Dow's in the lower left. ES Mini is in the lower right. Here you can just clearly see that first with regard to the NQ, that's got to close below 12,622 in order to generate a change in trend signal. You can see that prices found support at the center of its bullish structured profile in that 12,904 level. Now, today's low is a slightly higher low than the one we made last week. Oftentimes, that's a tell. If you take a look at the Russell 2000, price just sitting right on its weekly bottom of its weekly profile at 2184. We're trading at 2183. The Dow Equity Future contract, we would need to see it close below 33,254 to generate a change in trend. If you're wondering where the intermediate term by the you can fill it in dipsters are, they're sitting right there at the bottom of these profiles. The ES Mini, testing and rejecting so far the bottom of its weekly profile, and that'd be 4080. All you have to really do in taking a look at these charts, I'm just narrating the charts for you. You're visually looking at them. You can come back here and take a look at back in this again, this weekly chart, but back in March of 2020 out here, you can see price broke through, closed below the bottom of its weekly profiles. We know what transpired after that, but that's what that's where we will get a change in trend signal for the intermediate term time frame out there. Let's take a look at, and this chart's actually a little bit easier to read, I think. Let me put the dailies up here now for you. So we'll go ahead and switch from weekly to daily for each of these, and just give me a second to populate it. In the upper left-hand corner, you're taking a look at the NQ. So you can see that in addition to pulling back into that bullish structured weekly profile, what price has done, it's tested so far and rejected the bottom of that daily profile level, 13,005. If I was going to ask you where's a counter trend rally going to move to, if it continues to move higher, you would answer, Steve, that's pretty simple. That would be in the 13,366 level. That's that center of its daily profile. The Russell 2000, we saw how price came back, was testing the bottom of its weekly profile, doing the same thing on a daily basis at 2162. You see, these profile levels are very helpful, very key to you. If you take a look at the Dow equity future contract, just pulling back and testing the bottom of its daily profile, and that's at the 33,740 level. We're above that. The ES Mini is above even the bottom of its daily profile as we speak right now. So that kind of helps to set the tone, at least numbers that you should have written down on your pad of paper. If these profiles change, I'm sure that we'll see them change together out there. But so far, price has pulled back to support. Now, you might be saying to yourself, man, what the heck is going on here? Let me share with you exactly what is going on here. It's not that complicated. When I say it's not that complicated, what we're really doing is we're taking a look at the annual seasonal cycle. So this is the 86-year seasonal cycle for the Dow. And what I've done is I put this little red rectangle around the so-called sell in May cycle. We get into this unfavorable seasonal pattern. The real unfavorable seasonal pattern, in my opinion, starts when? If you take a look at this chart, tell me when it really starts moving to the downside. Exactly. Not until the third week in July. Now, oftentimes in this unfavorable seasonal cycle, we get a push lower into the end of June. How will we know if we're going to get that? We just answered that question for you so that we can be completely objective because we have those key levels of support and resistance. We're really focusing on the support area, daily, weekly timeframes for the equity futures contracts. Now, of course, here we're just focused on the Dow, or this chart, I should say, is focused on the Dow. So you can convert this and go back and take a look at the Dow's pattern to make a determination whether or not we've had that change in trend that should take us lower into, or could take us lower into about the third week of June. But what we can see here in this little rectangle area is a choppy market condition. And that's what we have right now. It is not hard to call this a choppy market condition, just simply having the history at our back to understand what takes place. So if we're trying to figure out, hey, what was going on here today, it's really simple. In my opinion, it's really simple. If we just simply study and use these TAS market profiles, they will assist us in answering those questions. So now let's go from this set of charts. It'll take me just a moment to set this up, but let's go to what basically is the week indice out here, the week indice being the NQ. So let's look at the multiple time frames, and that way we can take a look at what's going on today specifically. So let's get over, let's see, share this screen, share that screen. Let's share this one right here. Now you're going to get 8 different paneled charts for the NQ. If you start in the lower right, let's go from lower right, 15-minute time frame chart. What do you see there that's important? You can see that price is now above a resistance level, that TD9 breakdown resistance level. That was at 13,158. Price is taking that out. On a 15-minute basis, where's the next resistance level? Pretty simple, 13,207.50. If price closes above that, what do you expect? Price to move up to 13,368.75. That's the message. By the way, nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom this morning. So we get back from this break that we're going to take out here. Let's go continue taking a look at the NQ and get a feel for where price is likely headed to, since it formed a bottom at the bottom of today's daily profile. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019. Finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. And he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 207, S&P down 20. We're taking a look at the NQ right now. We were looking at the 15-minute time frame chart. Notice that the first key level of resistance has failed. That was at the 13,158 level. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame chart. Let me expand this out, make it a little bit easier for you to see what we're looking at. Now what we can see here, you might get a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. That took place this morning. You can see that pattern out here. And price is now targeting its TD9 breakdown level. So the 30-minute chart, which is going to have more weight than a 15-minute time frame chart, is right up against its battle at 13,190-150 level. That's the area to be watching. You can also see that the current bar, this bar here is going to close at 130, is bar number 8 of a TD9 count. That would suggest that if the NQ, if the counter trend rally is over, really it should end right here, right now. You got bar number 8. Bar number 9 needs to form, so you might not see much of a pullback out here. You may not see any pullback, doesn't have to, but we do have a TD9 count coming right into the resistance level. If somebody in the den was saying, I wanted to go take a short right now, I could see that based upon this time frame chart. Now, ideally, you'd let that TD9 count pattern form. If we do get a TD9 count, it's not a guarantee that we're going to get it, but it sure looks like we will. But if we do get it, you want to take the high that occurs, let's see, 130, the high between now and 230. If price is trading over that, if price is trading, we get a successful TD9 on a 30-minute, and price is trading above that after 230, you don't want to be short because that tells you about a strong momentum move that should take price up to the 13,338 level. That's the message from the 30-minute time frame. So it's the one that's got the highest likelihood of another top forming. If we look at the NQ for its 60-minute time frame, price running right up into its TD9 breakdown level. It might be the same as the 30, is it? 13, yeah, 13,190, 150. And you've got 13,190, 150. So you know it's a significant, or maybe you don't know. I'm going to suggest to you it's a significant resistance level. If I take a look at the 120-minute time frame, I don't really have a bottoming pattern out here. Not one that I can quickly go to. And so I'm just going to kind of pass by that chart. On the 240-minute, price formed that nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom right back here around May 13th. Here, I'll just expand the chart for you. Makes a TD9 count top, bar number 8. So similar to what we're talking about right now on the 30-minute time frame. And then what's price do? Price pulls all the way back to its breakout level. That's at 1308.25. Again, nobody at TFNN or any place else other than those folks working for Tom DeMarco or using the TD9 count system out here would have been able to identify that as the breakout level. But you do. You know about this pattern, so you identified that as well as the breakout area. So this is somewhat bullish. Now, it won't be bullish. What this really tells us is that if the market doesn't turn down and the market does move higher, we can see this little consolidation pattern that is setting up. The 240-minute chart shows it pretty well. Let's just kind of draw that in here. So here, in essence, would be our rectangle or thereabouts, something like this. Now, the cool thing about this pattern, the consolidation pattern that the NQ is in, is that whichever way the NQ breaks, to the upside above the consolidation, to the downside below the consolidation, that would give you a measured move. So yeah, if you're trading the NQ, you should draw in this consolidation. It's evident, it's there, it's pretty simple. It's an easy pattern, easy peasy. Now, will price get all the way up to the top of that consolidation? I don't know the answer to that. We have to take this one step at a time. We do that by taking like those intraday charts, looking at those signals out there, and so forth. If we look at the 5-hour time frame chart, we'll see something similar. You see the Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, a TD9 count, price pulling back, not really testing the 12,915 area, but close enough for our work. And now we've got the daily. The daily, we talked about this earlier. Here it's got the TD9 count bottom, price pulling back. It's a slightly higher low. Those can always be dangerous. Yeah, they can always be dangerous. Now, look, price held support at the bottom of that profile. If you're to ask me where's price headed to, around the 13,409 level, that is the current oscillator on change line. That number is going to change periodically. And here you go back to the NQ, you can see that bullish structured weekly profile. So how are we going to summarize this? We're going to summarize it like this. On a 30-minute basis, if there's going to be a top, it should take place between now, anytime between now and 2:30. It's 1:20 right now. If the market begins trade, if it does form a TD9 count top, and I won't know that until 2 o'clock, so maybe when we're getting off the air, maybe we'll get a chance to go take a look at this. But if it does form that TD9 count top and price is trading above that high, you're looking at a rally moving into the close. I wish I could tell you which way it was going to go. I can't. But what I am giving you and providing you with is exactly what you need to know to be able to identify what the market is communicating to you. So hopefully that will help you out. Real quickly here, let me just change these. This will take just a few moments to populate, I think just a few moments. And we're going to go take a look at the Russell 2000 for Ruby, who's asking the question. I said, I'm long after you missed the short, got out like always. Now what level can I say this is a tradable low? So as we take a look at the Russell 2000, interestingly enough, this also on a daily basis has a TD9 count. So I'm not starting all the way back in the bottom right out here, but just I'll expand this chart out. And so this too making a higher low this morning. Very interesting. As far as is this a tradable bottom? In order to answer that question first, what I would say, Ruby, is the market needs to communicate that to us. And how do we do that? Well, I'll just start with a 15-minute time frame chart here. I know you use some shorter-term time frame charts. And on the 15-minute time frame, price is going to need to, and you can see there's a TD9 count in place right now. So I would never, ever suggest that you go long now. You've got a TD9 count just on this 15-minute chart. Maybe price is just short-term. Maybe price is going to just pull back and test that 21.71 level. If it goes below that, you're looking at 21.58. But in the short term, and I do mean short-term, 15-minute time frame, out here, that's the pattern that's going on. But back to what I was also going to say, Ruby, is that price would need to close above 21.86 That's the first key level of resistance on a 15-minute time frame. That price would need to close above to suggest to you that it would be a tradable low, because you need to see key levels of resistance fail, and the key level there would certainly be that TD9 breakdown area. The 30-minute time frame chart, I don't believe, has a TD9 breakdown level, but we can see that price is trading right into the top of its profile to 2182. So you kind of put this together with that 15-minute chart out there, and you're going to be in bar number 6. You know, this could form a top in the next couple of hours out here with a TD9 count, much like we took a look at inside the NQ. I don't have anything else that I'm looking at here on the Russell 2000, Ruby, that to use to be able to help you identify whether it's a tradable low. Now, was it a tradable low? I think the NQ is the one that's really the dog. Not the I don't mean the dog, is the one that is leading the charge, the upside and the downside right now. So what I would do, Ruby, is I'd really pay attention to the NQ. Even though you're trading the Russell, pay attention to the NQ as well to look for signals out there. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for the question. We had another question inside the Tiger's Den take a look at Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC out here. So let me get to those charts. Where did I have those at? Radio charts. Let me change my screen out here for you, and we'll get back to this. Okay, so now we're back to the core screen. Now the question is, and I'm going to look at first at GBTC. I believe, but I don't know for sure, is it just Bitcoin that is in GBTC? I think that it is, but the chart patterns are different, and that's why I'm asking the question. But right now today, this is going to be the bar following bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So here you've got a tradable low. You went long this morning. This would suggest that price should target around a 39.31 level. We'll continue taking a look at this as soon as we get back from this break.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, the Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at ticker symbol GBTC. We can see at 3280, that was a TD9 breakout area, and prices basically tested that. You want to see S&P at close above 3280 today. And if we do, the daily chart is saying, okay, I'm going to go target my oscillator and change line. Right now it's printed at 39.32. If we look at a 30-minute time frame chart out here, what we've got is a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. You got that when you get that bullish golfing candle about an hour after the market opened. And price right now is just dealing with the gap to the downside. So assuming that it can fill the gap, and you can't make that assumption, but you're long, so you want to see it fill the gap, this would then suggest that price is going to go target the 40.16 area. That's coming from the 30-minute time frame chart. So I hope that helps you out with regard to GBTC. Now, I did say, what were the holdings inside GBTC? I went to try to find that out. I couldn't find that. And I had mentioned also that the pattern in a Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is different than the pattern in the actual active contract right now for Bitcoin, which is May. Remember, we saw a TD9 count in GBTC. You're only going to be in bar number 7 today. What do we see when we take a look at the May contract for Bitcoin? Will price close below the first level of TD9 breakout support. When you close below one level, you typically go to the next. That's exactly what transpired today, and that's at 33,555. Right now, you've got what looks like a hammer candle. I don't know if you'll have that come day's end, but the patterns here are different. If this is the underlying instrument, are different here than they are in GBTC, and that's confusing. But do the work to try to figure out, if you can, what the holdings are inside that, maybe to figure out what's going on here. So I hope that does help you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Our next question, this is going to George in Tampa. And George wants to take a look at CDE. So let's, whoops, that's not the chart. We wanted this one right here. CDE is the ticker symbol, CDE. And that is a core mining out here. Now, core mining, we've talked about. Let me actually read the question here. Oh, shoot. What does it say? I took some profits in CDE looking for a re-entry point for a long position. Well, if you took the profits, congrats there, and just sit tight for a while. The while is, if we look at the weekly time frame chart, you're going to see I've drawn in its consolidation pattern. And so right now you're up at the top of the consolidation. That's a beautiful thing. Now, I don't know if price is going to bust through it, but your ideal buy is down at around the 830 level. I don't have any signal right now to say that that's what's going to transpire, but it could. But look, you're up at resistance at the top of the consolidation on the weekly chart. That's how we're charting it. You're up at the top of the monthly profile, which is up at 1018. So taking profits makes all the sense in the world. So congrats on that. If we put up my white background charts on a daily basis out here, and you wanted to get in on just a slight pullback, then that number is going to be around 951. I say around it because that's the oscillator and change line, and as price moves up and down, that number is going to change. But that would be the next potential entry area on a pullback. If price were to close below that oscillator and change line, then we're into the 822 to 898 level. The reason I can't really give you anything solid right now is we don't have any real topping patterns on the short-term time frame charts. This is a 30-minute chart. This shows it being in a little bit of a consolidation. Now, this will help you because in this consolidation, you can go measure that off, go to your 30-minute chart out there, measure that consolidation, and a break to either side is where you should see CDE move to from a short-term standpoint. But without those real topping patterns out here inside of CDE, we're just going to have to wait. So, George, congrats on the trade. I see why you did what you did. Congratulate you for doing that. And let's just continue to watch it. But you're looking more for a deeper pullback or you're just looking for, or if price breaks through the consolidation, then you're probably just looking for a real shallow retracement to go ahead and get back in. The next question coming in from Susanna. And I don't see a question, but it looks like you forwarded something to me from maybe yesterday. Is that it? How does okay. So you're talking about how does this move down in Bitcoin, BTC, change the outlook compared to analysis we had last week? Your analysis, please. Also, is BLDP a buy long? So BLDP. So we've really covered Bitcoin out there. So let's go focus in on the next instrument here. And let me get that fired up. That, again, is BLDP. I'm just getting this on my other charts going. We'll pull those over here to the black background charts. And BLDP is a Ballard Power Systems. So as we take a look at Ballard Power Systems, we'll start from the monthly time frame, and that's this. Susanna, prices pulled back to test key level of support, 1564. You're trading at 1543 right now. Obviously, the month isn't over, but price is up against the key support level. We don't have that same type of support level to look at on the weekly because price is below its profiles, and the same is true for the daily. Now, price is trying to get back inside its profiles. If this is just a counter trend rally in BLDP, Susanna, the price area where it will find resistance is at 1624. You're trading at 1544 as we speak right now. Let's pull over my white background charts. You are trying to find you're asking is BLDP along here. So let's take a look at this other daytime chart out here. This did form on a daily basis at the lows a TD9 count. So if you're asking, is this a buyable long, you've got the bottom signal. Now you've got the battle that's going on. And the battle is because this was a bullish structured profile and price closed below it. And so what we don't know is, again, is this just a counter trend move where it could end right now or up to the 1624? Or is it going to be able to take that level up, 1624 that is, and then move to 1796 and above 1796, 2259? Let's go look at the short term. So on the daily basis, you absolutely have a buyable bottom. You've got a battle in front of you. But to answer your question, do you have a buyable bottom signal? The answer there would be yes. On the weekly time frame, again, no profile support. You did get a hammer candle last week. You do have a bullish engulfing candle going right now. It's only Wednesday, but it is telling you about buyers that are trying to form a bottom in this instrument. Okay, that's all we have on the weekly. Monthly chart, really nothing more than what we talked about there, price pulling back to support. Let's just cruise through these short-term time frame charts. What do we have out here? Price tops with a TD9 count top, pulls back into the support area of its oscillator and change line and the center of its profile here. So what you've got to watch for is today's high. If today's high gets taken out, 1564, Susanna, price is going to go and run further to the upside. What's our downside action here? Right now, it's pretty tough to say because you've got a bullish configuration for the 15-minute time frame. So I'm not going to go give you a downside target because right now that's not its message. From a 30-minute time frame, you've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price not been able to bust through any key levels of support, such as the oscillator and change line out here. So this still looks fairly bullish. 65-minute time frame chart. Do we have any kind of a topping signal? We do not, and it looks bullish. Price above that oscillator unchanged line. 130-minute time frame chart out here. Price has got this resistance area at 1574, then you're at 1549. That's really the level that price is going to need to clear in order to suggest for that time frame that there is a change in trend out there. So, and you got 1561 on the 195-minute chart as well. So to answer your question, you've got a buyable bottom, that's for sure. But you've got a battle in front of you, so just do the proper reward risk and go from there. So, Suzanne, I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD, Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3x bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Fort Collins, Colorado, and speak with Mark. Mark, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for asking. And I believe you're calling about Gulf Island Fabrications, Inc., GIFI. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a really thinly traded stock. Basil got us into it a while ago, and he's not in it anymore, but I still am.
Okay.
And it looks like it's reached my first kind of level of resistance, but it's doing it with some decent volume. I've got a potential ABC up into the 514 area. I was wondering what your thoughts are. I'm kind of in it in the low fours.
Okay, sure. So with regard to the A to B equals CD pattern, what I would do just from a conservative standpoint is I would use the low, it looks like March 29th or maybe was the next day. And for the B point, what I would use is the high from April 9th. And that's what you want to see get taken out. It's that April 9th swing point. And then my C point is going to be the low out here from the trading session of April 19th. So the 1-to-1 gets me to 497. You may have been using some other A to B equals CD patterns out there, but that's the one that initially I would take a look at for the A to B equals CD pattern. On another positive, so you mentioned volume. Let me get rid of the A to B equals CD pattern. So what we know is that price, the swing point out here that is contending with folks is from April 9th. And as Mark said, price is moving into it with volume. That had volume of 98,000 shares. You're already at 112,000. So I don't know whether price will close above 470 today. That's the number you're looking for. But if it doesn't, 470 will be at least tagged again, or should be tagged again, based upon the volume today. You can see I've drawn in a little descending trend line. Price is above that. If it stays above that, that's nice positive. But the biggest positive for you today, if it happens, would be a close above 470. Price is above all resistance from a profile standpoint, Mark, so that's a good thing. It's above the weekly and it's above the monthly. Let me pull over my white background charts out here. The white background chart shows the monthly. I'm starting with the monthly first. And on a monthly basis, this will become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. And therefore, it's going to have a valid TD9 count come month's end, or should come month's end. It's still only the 19th out here. But that high can also occur if this is going to identify a top. That can take place in the bar following bar number 9, so that might not be until June timeframe. So that's the bigger picture. The weekly time frame, if we were to look at it, this is telling us that price is going to go target 516. Now, I think you had an A to B equals CD pattern that took you up into those fives. So this is complementing your work on the A to B equals CD pattern, and this suggests that's where you should run into resistance, and that's on the weekly time frame. The daily chart, what does it show us? It shows us that price is above a TD9 breakdown level at 441. So that's another positive for you. And I don't have anything else out here on the daily time frame. Does that help answer your question, or what additional information might I be able to provide to you to assist?
That was all really good. And yeah, I think you said 516, I was at 514, and then so somewhere between that 497 and 516 is good target, and I appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure, and best of luck to you on this trade, and thanks so much for calling in.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
You bet. That was Mark in Fort Collins. Our next question is coming in, I believe, from YouTube, and this individual, PLUG, who is it? It is Kenneth on YouTube, wants to take a look at Plug. Plug is Plug Power Inc. It's trading out at 2702. It's back inside its weekly profile. It's tested the top of its monthly profile, so support held on the monthly. It's trying to get back inside the weekly. Now, a counter trend rally, Kenneth, because see, that's it. The weekly chart, you're looking at the center panel, bullish structure profile. Price closed below it 2 weeks ago. Price closed below it last week. And now if this is just a counter trend rally in Plug Power, it should run out of steam at around the 31.24 level. Don't use it right to the penny out there, but that would be the level. The daily time frame says price should be able to make its way up to that area because we have another descending trend line, just like Mark and I were looking at on his instrument, and we can see that price closed above that yesterday. It's trading above it today, and that was above the top of a bearish structured profile. So short term, when I say short term, we're looking at daily, weekly, monthly charts here. But in the short term, the daily is saying, hey, Steve-O, Kenneth, I want to go make a run for 31.24. I've proven it on the daily. Trust me that that's where I want to go on the weekly. Let's go. Oh, I didn't even start anything up there. Let's do it here. This is PLUG. Give me just a moment. Let this thing populate. It's just the daily, weekly, and the 30-minute, so it should be relatively quick. There we go. So let's pull this over. Let's get back to our daily time frame. Okay, great. So on a daily time frame, Kenneth, now what we also know is that your next battle is going to be at 29.20. So price should be able to make its way up to 29.20. 29.20, and this also bottomed with a TD9 count. So that's what gave us that TD9 breakdown resistance level. If price can close above 29.20, then you should see 24.16, above 24.16, 45.15. So on Plug, you've got a valid TD9 count bottom out there, and price should go target the 29.20 level. The weekly time frame for you, what do we have? We don't have much. So we're still back into that idea of a counter trend rally, taking us up into that 31.24 level. Real quickly on a 30-minute time frame chart, I've got a TD9 count top. I have a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price hasn't been able to do a whole lot out there. So not a clear signal that it's a top of importance for that short-term time frame. So I hope that helps you out, Kenneth, with regard to Plug Power. Thanks so much for listening in on our YouTube channel. I think I've taken care of every request that I've seen. Oh, no, I did not. John in the Tiger's Den asked a question. Did the VIX give us another buy signal on the at the NQ low? It did not, John. I don't have a VIX signal here. Let me just pull over the VIX charts and so forth. Here's our VIX symbols. Did I have anything to indicate from the spot volatility index or even the futures contracts with regard to the VIX that this was a bottom? And the answer is I did not. What we had out there, to answer your question, and we showed this in the first hour. Maybe you didn't get a chance to the first hour, the first segment out here. I've got the Russell for that. Let me change that over. NQ06.21 out here. Now let me give me a moment here to just change screens. Get over to the screen. So really the only signal with regard to today's bottoms for the NQ were really coming from the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signals. We got those on the 15-minute. We got one on the 30-minute time frame. And all of that was taking place as price was pulling back and testing the bottom of its daily profile out there. And you can see that in panel number 2 in the upper quadrant from your left out there. So price pulling back, testing the bottom of that weekly profile, 13.05. When that takes place, when price is pulling back and testing an important level of support in the bottom of profile, especially bullish structured profile, is a key area of support. You then go take a look at the short-term time frame charts and try to identify a bottom. And we got that bottoming pattern both on the 15 and on the 30-minute chart. Now, what I shared at the opening of today's show was we took a look at this is just a counter trend rally. And right now I've got to call it just a counter trend rally because price hasn't taken out a key level of resistance. And for me, that's the 30-minute time frame. And that's at 13,191.50. And John, you'll notice bar number 8 formed at 1:30. Bar number 9 is going to form, or looks like it will form, at 2 p.m. So if you're going to go short, and I think that's what you like to do, well, now would be the time. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids Nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Got the Dow off 240, S&P's 24, NASDAQ 137, Russell's off 28, and the semis are up 41 points. Let's go to our next question out here. Looks like maybe the last question of the day. This one coming in from Mike S. Mike says, could you please take a look at resistance and support levels for SPWR? So SPWR is Sun Power Corp. We've got the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame charts out here. You can see that price on a daily basis, trading with inside a bullish structured profile. Now, Mike, if price can close today above yesterday's high is 22.91. The center of the box is 22.47. If price does close above 22.91, the signal here is price will make its way up to resistance. You asked me where was resistance? 25.20. You asked where is support? Well, on a daily basis, support is between 21.56 and 22.47, the bullish structured profile. Another level of resistance is 24.56. So we got 25.20, top of the daily. Bottom of the weekly is 24.56. Price has been below it for 2 weeks out there. So if price can get inside that box, 24.56, then the next level of resistance for you would be 28.22. We don't have a signal that that's going to happen, but that's what you would be looking at for support and resistance. If I pull over my other set of charts out here, which we will, we're going to take a look at the daily time frame. The daily time frame communicates to us that if price can take out 25.21, the top of that daily profile, then price will make a run for 28.68. So 28.68 on the daily and 25.21 on the daily, those are your key levels of resistance. The support remains the same. On a weekly time frame, as we take a look at it, what price did was pulled back. SunPower, look at SunPower, forms a TD9 count top. Again, nobody, not a single person inside a TFNN would have chosen 2007 as the breakout area. And where does price pull back to? Last week, 2007. And then what does it do? It forms a bullish hammer candle, telling you that it's trying to hammer out a bottom. Folks, thanks so much for being here on Wonderful Wednesday. Stay tuned. You've got 2 more great hours left. The Power Trading Hour, hosted by none other than our favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. After that, Tom O'Brien to take us on home. And I'll be back with you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Wednesday, folks.